We are coming to you live from $1 Million Studios. Your boys, Chris Speezak,
a.k.a. Whitney Houston.
And the benchmark of professional wrestling, Mr. Silky Baines.
That will make me Bobby Brown.
Speez and the Benchmark Show on a Monday night, March the 11th, 2019. We thank you so much for being with us here on Periscope, over on the YouTubes, and for the first time ever on Twitch. Silky Baines.
We made it.
How you like that? On Twitch, Speez Benchmark is the Twitch channel. So if you haven't subscribed to us on Twitch, get your ass over there and do that, because Twitch is where it's at. And it's looking like Twitch is going to be the streaming avenue of choice for your boys here going forward. So make sure you get on over there. Speez Benchmark on Twitch, and check us out. We can see all the stuff going on in all the various chats and whatnot. We'll stay here on Periscope and YouTube for a little while. And you've got Gray in there, so knock it off.
But really?
Mike Drop already mentioned in the fact that we're wearing black and white, and we are, in fact, black and white. So
you should be wearing a white shirt, though, with black writing. And there we go. And then we look good. Then we look like a tag team.
Doesn't look as good against my fair complexion.
It will look like you're not wearing a shirt.
So welcome to everybody. We're glad to have you with us once again. If you haven't subscribed to the program, please do so. As we said, head on over to the Twitch channel and do that. But in the meantime, Periscope, YouTubes, wherever you happen to be watching us, we welcome you. We're glad to have you with us. If you want to pitch into the program, you can do what our boys Lit Mantis, Kristen, Mac Diesel have already done, and drop those super hearts over there on the Periscope app. We got over 20,000 super hearts this past Thursday, Silky. You weren't here.
I know.
So maybe I ought to kick your ass to the curb more often and try to get these super hearts up, because
but I heard
shit,
the viewers were down. See,
I don't know.
I equal views.
And I equal money. So you can drop the super hearts on Periscope, or you can hit us up at the tip jar, tinyurl.com/SB tip jar, because as Silky likes to say,
these bills need to get paid.
That is actually set up through Stream Elements, which is, again, something that we're going to be doing with Twitch, where you can actually earn points for just watching the program. You earn points for subscribing to the program, for following us on Twitch. You earn all kinds of points. And then what we'll do is we're going to have free giveaways where you can cash in your points for chances to win free shit. It's going to be way cool. So, again, shout out to you, Bobarooski, over there on Twitch. Thank you for being with us. Jeffrey Cross over on Twitch. Good to see you guys. And once again, all of you, if you are joining us for the first time, we take your phone calls here on the program as well. 832-937-4559 is the number to get in.
That's 832-93-SILKY.
832-93-SILKY if you want to talk Fastlane from last night or Monday Night Raw tonight, because for a change, there was a lot of shit happening on Monday Night Raw tonight.
It really was.
A lot of good shit happening on Monday Night Raw.
I feel like Monday Night Raw should have been the Fastlane. Like, that was my one thing. Like, the matches were good. Except for the Charlotte one, Charlotte Becky. I was not a fan of that one. But other than that, like, it felt like I was watching Raw with better quality matches. And did you realize that they went all New Japan on us?
How so?
The only sync one-on-one match was Charlotte and Becky.
Well, you had, at least there were singles matches where...
no, it's still a multi-person match.
Well, but it's not a tag match. It's not an 8-man tag and a 6-man tag and a
there was that.
Tag.
And then there was the 4-way, the triple threat. I mean, it was a lot of multi-man matches.
Bobarooski wasn't feeling Raw tonight. All right, well, we'll get to it, Bobarooski. And they like the shirt, Silky. The benchmark shirt, which, of course, you can get. Lovely shirt, Speez. Sorry. Okay, well, yeah.
But the benchmark shirt is
the benchmark shirt's money. I got one of those as well. And have you gotten your heel turn imminent shirt yet? If you haven't, hit us up. What the hell are you doing? We should have one here. Look at all these people over on Twitch already. We got England over there. We got Jeffrey Cross over there. Bobarooski, Alistair Fiend. All you guys showing up on Twitch. We appreciate that. Shout out to you, Monday Night Tins. Why they keep burying Dean? Because he's leaving. Or so they would have us believe.
But this is actually the first match where it didn't look like he phoned in the performance. Like, I'm not mad at this loss, because I mean, inevitably, we're getting Drew and Roman at Mania.
It's looking that way. Thank you, Get the Tables, for all the super. Thank you very much.
I was happy with this match. That match was great. I mean, only part I would say, while it does look vicious, it's also a PG era, so you can't stab a man with a pencil. And the fact that there's no blood means you didn't really do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like, that's my only small critique of that Falls Count Anywhere is that, you know, if you stab someone with a pencil, even if you just rake them, it's going to leave at least a scratch or a cut or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll get to some Monday Night Raw talk here in just a few, but let's take a look back. Oh, and by the way, we do have everybody's favorite segment tonight.
Yes, we do.
We do have Smark Tears coming up. We got the Fastlane edition of Smark Tears, and we got some good ones as usual. So stick around for that, most definitely.
And don't forget Booker T.
Booker T.
And Stevie.
The hometown boy, Booker T. and Stevie Ray.
Pull out the Booker T. That's my homie.
Exactly. Booker T now a 2-time WWE Hall of Famer.
Boom.
How about that?
Up there with Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair. That's not bad company.
H-Town's own Booker T. Harlem Heat, if those of you that didn't hear, now members of the WWE Hall of Fame, or will be inducted at the official ceremony WrestleMania weekend this year.
Shout out to Big Stevie Ray.
If you guys haven't already, you should check on the Forbes article on Dean's status. I will definitely do that. Listen, the way they've been selling, oh, Dean's leaving. Oh, it's going to be so great to see Dean one more time before he leaves. He ain't fucking leaving.
I don't think he is.
It doesn't seem like he's leaving anyway. It's like they didn't learn their lesson the first time they tried to make Drew McIntyre the guy. Well, he looked good tonight.
Well, I mean, that time and this time are miles apart, not just in years. Like, look at Drew back then and Drew now. Like, you almost hard to believe, like, people who just now are watching the product, if I showed them Drew McIntyre when he first came 10 years ago, they'd be like, that's not the same guy.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy looks like money.
Yeah. And then look at the love for Harlem Heat. Lid Mantis, Harlem Heat, one of the best tag teams ever. Raven's Blood, well deserved for Harlem Heat. I actually thought that people would kind of be more like, Harlem Heat, really? Of all the fucking people out there, you can put a, not to say Harlem Heat's shitty.
No,
but,
Harlem Heat absolutely belongs there.
People immediately start going,
nobody said
what
shit
about this people, this person, this person?
No one said shit about Tori Wilson.
Well, a lot of people said shit about Tori Wilson.
That I don't understand that. I mean, not to discount, like, but what achievements? Like, I guess this
we said this before on the
besides being popular. I mean, yes, back in the day when it was women were nothing but eye candy and tits and ass to look at. Yes, she was revolutionary, and she was one of many women that had nice tits and a nice ass to look at, you know. But as far as wrestling goes, I don't think she won not one championship. She did nothing memorable outside of fucking bikini contests. So, I mean, I hate to sound like sexist, but I don't really. If you're going to question anyone, it would be her. There's so many other women that actually did a lot in the ring.
No, I totally agree. And, you know, we talked about this. Silky and I started this program. Speez and the Benchmark show started in July of last year. But we actually started our podcast called the Pro Wrestling Recap around this time last year. And we got to talking about the WWE Hall of Fame. And there's no rhyme or reason for how or why people get into the WWE Hall of Fame. It's just whoever the fuck Vince wants to put in there at that particular point in time, they're going in, and that's just the way that it is. Yeah. So, but hey, congrats to Harlem Heat again.
Yeah, I think it's well deserved.
Not saying it wasn't well deserved. Most definitely not. Hello to you, Brooke, over there on YouTube. Again, for those of you just joining us, thank you for being here. Number one. Number two, if you haven't done so, head on over to the Twitch page, Speez Benchmark on Twitch. It's where we're going to spend most of our time going forward. We'll finish out March on Periscope and YouTube probably, and then probably in April we'll make the switch on over to Twitch full time. And go ahead, Silky, tell them we got a change in schedule. The Benchmark here, the shoot job is working him to the bone. So we're going to make a quick change, a very slight change in our schedule. We will still be here Monday nights following Monday Night Raw, but starting this week,
we're going to be coming on Wednesday.
Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, the Wednesday night show, Speez and the Benchmark. We will no longer be here Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Central. I may still come on from time to time, but it won't be me and Silky, and that's what y'all tune in for.
Yeah, that's what
Silky's the fucking moneymaker around here.
There you go.
So Wednesday nights, adjust your calendars. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central Time. That's 9 o'clock on the East Coast. That will be our second show of the week. No longer on Thursdays. So we'll see you guys on Wednesday. We'll look forward to talking about SmackDown Live the day after. We'll be coming on immediately after NXT finishes up. So it'll be a good spot for us. So we look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Man, your stream quality is perfect over here, says JD England.
Sweet.
I'm telling you, man.
should we be? You guys are our fans. Like I always give him shit, but you guys are just like family. So we had no idea how that was going to work.
Yeah, we didn't know if the Twitch thing was going to work.
We were like, fuck it, let's try.
I had confidence.
I literally got a text from him like 2 days ago. Hey, you want to do something on Twitch? And I was like, sure.
Yeah,
that was literally like. No,
man,
you'll figure it out.
It's
your one job to figure it out.
Exactly. That's my one job. And hey, I got to tell you, a lot of really cool stuff we're going to be doing. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. You guys are all earning points right now. Those of you watching over on Twitch, that's going to get you the opportunities to win some free shit, get a part of our contests and all kinds of cool stuff. So we're getting all that stuff figured out, and it's going to be great. So we're looking forward to that. All right, let's talk about Fastlane last night, Silky Baines. First of all, just overall, how you feeling about WWE Fastlane? Your take on the overall quality of the show, the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania. Generally speaking, I think people tend to look at this pay-per-view and go, it's probably going to be shit because it's right before Mania. Not a lot's going to happen. What did you think about the pay-per-view overall?
Overall, I mean, match quality, like I said before, besides the the Becky Charlotte match, every other match was pretty good.
I was very pleasantly surprised.
Pretty good to like great. Like the 6-man with the Shield was great. But,
which was a big surprise to me. Not that I didn't expect it to be a good match. I thought it was great.
Yes.
It was a perfect throwback to old school, just wreak havoc everywhere, Shield shit.
Like it put me right back to when the Shield wrestled Evolution.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I like that. The 4-way for the U.S. title was awesome.
Oh, that was so awesome. Samoa Joe was fantastic.
That fat bastard, you call him Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe was fantastic. Glad to see him retain, but that match was out of this world good. And the WWE Championship match was fucking outstanding as well.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm just not feeling all the misdirection and stuff.
Yeah, the other shit match of the night, sorry to
interrupt,
was the bullshit shenanigans with the handicap match, the bar against Kofi Kingston, which is ridiculous. Mike Check's impressed Silky staying on his side, not falling off the screen. So you got that going.
I fucking hate you, Chris.
Mike Check for the win. Finally, somebody on my side. I started not being able to see the chat on your scope, so I came to Twitch, says Jody Mania. Good. Yeah, Periscope's been acting funny for people. First of all, I don't like the fact that what they do is in terms of the super hearts, they keep the super hearts if you don't earn so many. Twitch doesn't do that. They just kind of hold off until they pay you. It's just the chat's going on and off for people and all that kind of stuff. Brooke, I know you say, everybody's going over to Twitch, but it's just the interface is nicer. Things don't get fucked up as often, and it works out well. So we're excited about it going over there. Overall, hey, Mr. Mad Dog Drake, thank you for the welcome to Twitch. Welcome to you, sir, and welcome to all you guys over on Twitch. You got a shit ton of viewers over on Twitch already, man. That's awesome. Overall, wasn't a bad pay-per-view, says Brooke. However, they didn't have Balor, but it was okay. It was decent. The U.S. title match was outstanding. I thought it was all very, very good. So, exceeded my expectations. Not to say it was a superb pay-per-view. I thought the Shield match was great. I thought the WWE Championship match was superb. And I thought the U.S. title match was superb. And when you get two high-quality matches like that at what's supposed to be a throwaway pay-per-view, you got to look at it as a win in my book. That's very good. What's your Twitch account so I can go there now? Speez Benchmark. That's SPEEZ Benchmark over on Twitch. And check it out. Only Mac Diesel. That's how you can support us on Twitch as well. You can go over there, hit the follow button. Absolutely. Twitch is very easy to set up. If you don't have an account over there, go set your account up. Give us a follow over there, and we got a lot of cool stuff going.
Now, Daniel Bryan winning, Brooke said was bullshit. I mean, you knew he wasn't going to lose this match this close to Mania. You knew he was going in. And we know inevitably it's going to be Kofi and Daniel at Mania. So
it looks that way. But I'll tell you what. That crowd was not feeling... People bitch about the crowd. You know my feeling about the crowd. If you're not fucking up the event for somebody else, if you're going to be loud, you're going to be loud. If you're going to be quiet, you're going to be quiet. Whatever. It's fine.
Do you?
They were not happy about Kofi not being in the WWE Championship match. And they start the We Want Kofi or Kofi chants and so on and so forth. That's fine. Where it started to get to me was Kevin Owens and Daniel Bryan and Mustafa Ali tore the fucking roof off that place. And some of those jokers still want to be chanting Kofi. I'm like, guys,
but you gotta think.
What the fuck, man? Come on.
But you gotta think in this situation, that's pretty much what the WWE wanted.
What, them chanting Kofi even though they were getting a great match?
Yes.
Well,
because it's not
I know they
about
wanted them
that
chanting
match.
Kofi. I know they wanted them chanting Kofi. But at some point, when do the fans go, yeah, I really wanted Kofi, but holy shit, this match is fucking outstanding?
I mean, let's be real. WWE fans. If they're not getting what they want, they will let you know. And there's nobody. We saw it the year that they wanted Reigns to win and Batista won. They booed Batista out the building. The next year, they wanted Daniel Bryan to win and Reigns won. They booed Reigns out the building.
This is true.
So if they don't get what they want, they're going to be vocal about it. I think in this situation, that's what the WWE wanted, was the fans yelling about how bad they want Kofi. And that's what happened. So
fans are babies, says Mantis. Vince was trolling the fandom. Indeed, he was, Bad Dog. He most definitely was.
Now, I get what you're saying. Like, when it's someone that's not there, like when they go to Chicago and you still get the CM Punk chants, that's fucking obnoxious.
Agreed.
But this, wanting someone that you've been wanting to see and they've been putting you in the mindset that he's going to be there and then not doing it, yeah, that's what they want to do.
Kristen, you are very welcome for checking up on you. I'm glad to hear things are going well. Shield match was Brooks' favorite for show. I kind of figured that would be. Mac Diesel over there on Twitch as well. Welcome to you. Welcome to Peck and Rod. Glad to have you with us, sir. Kyle's going to Money in the Bank, lucky bastard.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Royal Rumble tickets to go on sale here in Houston because I'm psyched about that one.
Yeah. So Speez in the benchmark will probably be there.
Yes, most definitely.
Unless Speez is a dick like he normally is and just be like, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm going to, the day of, let's watch Royal Rumble, and then, oh, sorry, I'm going there. So, tough break, nigga.
Yeah, wait, we come up with them titles.
That's pretty much what I got for Elimination Chamber. Is like, oh, we're going to watch this, and then I get a text the day of, yeah, I'm going to Elimination Chamber.
Hey, Mama Speez comes through and says, hey, I hear there's a WWE event this weekend. How come you and David aren't going? I'm like, tickets are expensive. Oh, it's your birthday. I'll buy you tickets. Of course I'm going to go. And I got to take the prodigal son, David, with me. How's it going to look if I say, hey, David, I'm going to Elimination Chamber with Silky. You can stay home. Come on, man.
It's going to look like we do this as a report for the show.
Okay.
This is technically a job for us.
Well, this is true. Remember Vince crapped on Brian as well, creating heat. That's true. If Doc would go straight Twitch, I'd delete Periscope, says only Mac Diesel. Yeah, maybe we get the Doc over there, but we shall see. 86 Ted, that's no effects fan. Does this Mania have the potential to be a top Mania in years?
I think it does.
Well, we're going to get to the Monday Night Raw happenings because there were two big announcements on Monday Night Raw. Those of you that watch our program to catch up on Monday Night Raw because you don't watch the entire show. The two big announcements in terms of Mania this year. Number one, the Batista Triple H match is confirmed, and it will be a no-holds-barred match. So, Batista slobbering all over the fucking
That took
mic.
me out of the promo, and the fact that it was so fucking redundant.
Yeah, it was, but it's. Hey,
but
I'm looking forward to that match.
I still got chills when they finally made the match because you knew it was happening. So it was it was good, and I like how Triple H did a callback because he was like ragging on Batista about his promo, like, oh, heel promo 101. I don't want to be there, and insert random city. Yeah. And so when he came out with the security, that was a callback when he's like, oh, I guess you're gonna say they're here for my protection. Yeah. And he's like, nope. Yeah. I love how he called them Guardians of the Independence.
Guardians of the Independence. That was the one.
That was great.
That was very good. And the other big news from Monday Night Raw regarding WrestleMania this year, actually two other announcements, but the other big one as far as I was concerned, Kurt Angle will wrestle his farewell match at this year's WrestleMania. They were in his hometown of Pittsburgh tonight. He made the announcement that he will wrestle his farewell match at this year's WrestleMania. Had his farewell match in front of the home crowd at Pittsburgh against Apollo Crews and got a nice win against Apollo Crews. And nice round of applause for Kurt Angle. Be sorry to see Kurt Angle go, but at the same time, seeing Kurt Angle nowadays, it's time to move on. Man,
it's like seeing The Undertaker.
Don't kill yourself.
It's like seeing The Undertaker. It's like you're not a shell, because I don't want to disrespect like too much, right? But you are nowhere near your peak performance where you were, and so each outing you do, you're just taking away from that legacy. That legacy that, I mean, you're already in the Hall of Fame. I get it. So there's really what else? What do you think going to do? Take you out? I mean, they took Hogan out and put him right back in, and he just called some black people niggas. So.
Yeah, exactly. Brooke's waiting for Mania tickets next year because she's her sister lives in Florida.
Yeah.
So hook up your boys if you end up going.
Yeah.
It might be nice. Who do we see?
Black man's kryptonite.
That's
bad bitch alert.
Got on TV tonight.
Bad bitch alert.
I felt a little bad for Dana Brooke. We'll talk about that here shortly as well. But while we're on the Kurt Angle topic, Kyle wants to know who we see Kurt Angle facing his farewell match at WrestleMania. Right now, to me, sorry to interrupt, but the perfect guy to kind of come in and put into that spot because he doesn't have anything else going on right now would be John Cena. I mean, John Cena, Kurt Angle is two huge name guys.
That's not where I was going, but not a bad idea.
John Cena's showing up, and he hasn't. Maybe that's Cena's excuse to come back in. Hey, I heard Kurt Angle's going out. I would love nothing. I would consider it an honor to wrestle you at your farewell match at WrestleMania. Yeah, it's totally something I could see John Cena doing.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's like it's full circle. John Cena's career started with Kurt Angle.
That's right.
Kurt Angle's career ends with John Cena. So
absolutely.
I see that. What I was doing, and I'm just thinking of technical, I'd love to see him and Chad Gable.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be
like
awesome.
No heat, no anything, just I want the best wrestling match on the card, and I know I can do that with you.
Yeah, Litmanta says John Cena as well. Kurt couldn't toss Apollo without his help. Hard to see. Yeah, it was. Kurt's having a tough go of it, man, and I don't begrudge these guys hanging on as long as they can because, goddammit, that's been his life for how long? Yeah. I mean, it's just that's what the guy knows, and that's what he wants to do. So I think him getting a WrestleMania farewell is going to be awesome, and I'm probably going to lose my shit because I'm a big Kurt Angle guy. I love that guy. I think he's great. Chris and Silky, I didn't know the late actor Luke Perry's son was in wrestling. Yeah, I did hear about that.
I didn't know that
Yeah,
either.
Luke Perry. I just saw somebody mention it on Twitter the other day that some guy talking was Luke Perry's kid. But hey, John Cena comes out in his prototype gear. Think about it. That
would be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool. All right, well, we're going to touch on some highs and lows from Fastlane last night, and then we'll get into the rest of Monday Night Raw tonight. But first, let's get to what most folks have been waiting for, Silky. It is a WWE, or the night after a WWE pay-per-view. And so, as we are always want to do here on the program, we went through and found the very worst of the worst, Twitter's biggest crybabies from last night's WWE Fastlane event. Here they are, folks, for your entertainment and ours, a special Fastlane edition of Smark Tears, everybody. Here we go with WWE Fastlane Smark Tears. Silky Baines, you're up first. Let's do it.
Dear Corey Grace, go fuck yourself. Sincerely, literally all of Cleveland.
Yeah, they were not feeling Corey Graves with the cheap heat on Cleveland last night. They didn't like it very much. People hate building an angle. Take off your Meltzer gave my dick 5 stars t-shirt. Except that every match doesn't have to be a New Japan goo fest. And allow yourself to buy into the suspension of disbelief again. I like that one if for no other reason than I appreciated the phrase New Japan Goo Fest.
Yes.
Which
kind of sounds racist.
It does, a little bit. A little bit.
Lana is such a salty hoe.
I didn't even see what Lana did. I missed that bit. But.
She got on the apron or tried to get involved in the Rusev Nakamura against, I don't even know who they were wrestling, but
against we'll come back to it because I forget it.
Not that important.
Exactly. Carmella is hot as fuck, but walks funny.
Okay.
You're nitpicking if you're gonna go with she walks funny. Carmella's fucking gorgeous.
Yes,
I don't even know how she walks funny.
I don't even know.
But it's from the Bluntosaurus Rex, so I guess you have to take that into account. There.
Yeah, consider the source.
Yes.
Baron Corbin sucks doggy penis.
There were so many
deal.
anti-Baron Corbin tweets. It was everywhere. It was.
Did you get the one? Did you put the one I sent you in there?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Because I don't recall right off the top of my head. It is now time for the Fuck Baron Corbin tweet of the day. Thank you for reading the Fuck Baron Corbin tweet of the day. I'm telling you, we could have done a whole episode on Baron Corbin. People absolutely can't stand him for some reason.
WWE Fastlane. Seriously, Can someone beat Corbin shit out of his ass? I mean, really, beat his shit out of him. I thought I was reading that wrong at first. I was like, what? That's not even grammatically correct. Oh.
No, it's such a disturbing image.
Literally want him to beat the shit out. I used to, and don't call CPS because I never did it, but that was my go-to threat before my kids got older, is that I will slap the shit out of you. And I mean, I will slap you so hard you will literally shit yourself.
Beat shit out of his ass. And this is Piper again. We're going to have to follow this gal because she's come strong on the last couple Smark Tears. It's been very good. Oh, no, they're booing Ali. Vince is going to make him a heel terrorist now. Fuck! Yeah, I feel bad for Mustafa Ali. That was...
Yeah, like, I text you about nobody gives a fuck about Mustafa Ali.
It's just not good for him.
Like that, you could have heard crickets. When the fuck did we get an Indian Power Ranger?
Speaking of Mustafa Ali.
Okay.
Oh, we're not going politically correct on Smark Tears. We never do. The Beth Phoenix on commentary? Fuck me. Now we have 2 of Renee Young. Beth. I thought Beth was good. And she's back in it.
Jesus Christ.
Back on Raw again tonight.
Sir. Another Black Man Script tonight right there.
There you go.
It's hilarious how quiet everyone is when the revival comes out.
Oh,
the lack of fucks given is glorious.
Okay, yeah.
Glorious. That's what we need, the
Throw
glorious
that
sounder.
big fucking crybaby shit out there. How you going to sneak a revival diss into Smark Tears? That's chicken shit.
It's great.
Can Lacey Evans just fuck off? Seriously, I hate seeing this bullshit on every holy shit, RKO out of nowhere. I think that was going to be a Smark Tears tweet, and then Randy Orton. I thought that was great.
Yes, I thought that was
And then
good.
you get the phenomenal forearm out of nowhere. It was a twofer.
Good. That is the fucking dumbest ending to a match possible. Fuck and shit.
Fuck and shit. So stupid. Why does it look like Nia Jax has a big dick on her ring?
She really did.
Here it is. I don't know what that thing is.
That does look like a dick.
I don't know.
There's the tip. There's the tip right there. These may be the balls. What was she thinking?
I don't know.
Now I can never unsee that shit.
No, you can't.
There's a dick on the chest.
Yeah, exactly.
Becky won. Cheers, Ronda. Go fuck yourself, you bitch.
That's pretty cold-hearted. Blackheart, indeed. Not feeling Ronda Rousey. I've seen fat kids run better than Ronda Rousey. Oh, goodness. No, man, Lacey Evans did not get the RKO. Lacey Evans came out.
Yeah.
Distracted Elias, who was in the ring, and Randy Orton gave Elias an RKO. So, no RKO for Lacey Evans. Not yet.
Not yet.
Give her time.
Laugh my ass off. Charlotte trying to walk like she got curves. Nigga is a man.
And finally, burn in hell, Cleveland. You deserve nothing good. There you have it, folks. The Fastlane edition of Smark Tears.
You should have put the one I sent you, the one that said Baron Corbin looked like he about to serve Drew and Bobby cheddar biscuits.
Cheddar biscuits.
That was a good one.
Oh, yeah, the Nia Jax thing kind of looks like a vagina as well, Jody. I don't know what it is, but...
Ooh, man.
Who knows? Always a good time here on the Speez and the Benchmark show with Smark Tears. So, to hit a couple of notes from WWE Fastlane, I'm going to the notes here. So, you got your notes?
Yes.
You ever fucking
right
okay.
up here.
So, we kicked it off with The Miz and Shane with the, I'll say it, not altogether unexpected heel turn of Shane McMahon, but nonetheless, very well executed. I thought it was very good.
It was very well done. I mean, you could have made a case for either one. That's what I liked about it, is that honestly Miz could have turned. And so, but I did like, because I thought Shane turning would be better.
It's something new. I mean,
yeah, it's something new.
Shane as a heel, we haven't seen it in quite some time. You guys need to patent Smark Tears. That Charlotte one got me in tears. Yeah, no effects. Nobody's going to rip off Smark Tears. It's our thing. It's one of the things we enjoy. So, Yeah, we might need to do a special Smark Tears on all things Corbin. People hate that motherfucker.
Jesus
they really do,
Christ.
dude. There were so many anti-Corbin tweets. It was unreal. I thought I thought Shane going after Miz's dad was great.
Except for his dad.
His dad's kind of a weird dude.
Yeah, like I was talking actually to my brother on the way here, and I was telling him he really couldn't. He took away from it because, like, John Cena's dad, when he was going through the shit with Randy Orton, like, he looked physically hurt that someone was beating the shit out of his son. Miz's dad looked like he could give two shits. Like, fuck that dude.
Yeah.
Beat his ass. And then when he, like, grabbed him and he just sits there, like, with the, like, I'm doing nothing face.
Yeah, that's
he didn't get mad, didn't do anything. Like, that took away from it. Like, I think they probably could have thought about having someone just play Miz's dad.
Yeah. Well, and that's what you get sometimes when you get people who aren't used to being out there and used to having to sell a story with nothing but facial expressions and the like. It's very difficult. The Miz's dad doesn't love him, says Raven's Blood.
Yeah, that's what he looked like. I mean,
Shane
like
was a heel.
Zero shits about him.
Yeah, it's true. Shane was a heel back when he was trying to fire KO and Sammy, but it didn't take. I agree, Litmantis, because nobody wants to boo that guy. As soon as Here Comes the Money comes on, everybody wants to fucking cheer. It's just one of those things. Shane was right. Miz dad is a prick. Shane's got his tag team partners back. Thank you, Get the Tables. Good to see you again, sir. And Miz dad was cheering when Orton was beating him up. It's an odd thing they got going on. But anyway, it was a nicely executed heel turn. I thought it was great. Again, we kind of knew it was coming, but I still was like, oh, shit. It was very well done. We moved on to Elias in one of his 2 appearances. Where
I didn't need. This is what made it feel like Raw to me.
Yeah, the too much Elias stuff. Although he did drop the line. I wrote this down on the notes here. I'm headed back to Los Angeles to hang with my brother LeBron.
Yeah.
In front of the Cleveland crowd, which was fucking brilliant. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
And then we just go to a commercial on a fucking pay-per-view. Stop it. Stop all that. And fuck Shane, exactly. We go to Mandy Rose and Asuka. I didn't see a lot of positive takes on this match.
I mean, it was not bad. If they're building like Mandy and Asuka at Mania, it was a good starter match.
I thought the
like
ending was really odd.
No, the ending I get is like, I mean, yes, I guess you're saying from the standpoint of why was she just arbitrarily looking under the ring?
Well, first of all, Sonya goes to look under the ring at some point and comes up empty. And nothing happened. And then she went there a second time, and the second time she pulls out the kendo stick and Mandy ends up tripping and falling, and that's what cost her the match. It was just very awkward. It just seemed very weird. So
yeah, like that I get. Okay, yeah, it was kind of.
Jody Mania says that match sucked. It
took a little bit away. I mean, like I say, if this was the destination match, like the blow, like this, there's not going to be another Mandy Asuka. Yeah, it was totally dumb. But if they're building for them to have a rematch at Mania, then it's a good at least start.
That's fair. That's fair. I totally agree with you there. That could be the case. Asuka and Mandy don't have good chemistry in the ring. Yeah, it's just something missing there.
You also got to think in WrestleMania, you're probably going to have a little bit more time to flesh out this match. This match felt rushed because they almost jumped into the heat immediately.
And we haven't seen Asuka in forever.
Yeah.
And you got Becky and Charlotte coming up later in the night, which everybody's looking forward to. So that doesn't do them any favors either. So they're going to have to go out there and kill it. And I just don't know that Mandy Rose is at a point at this point in her career where she can go out there and absolutely blow the roof off the place. I think Asuka is.
And Ravens, I think the finish was executed the way it was supposed to, is that because Sonya was looking under and through the apron through the ring skirt over the apron, when Mandy got reversed, she hit and basically tripped.
Yeah.
And that took her off her game enough for for Asuka to hit the kick and finish her off.
Yeah. And if you notice, the referee was about to move the ring skirt right when Mandy tripped on it. So it was actually well done in that regard. It was really well done.
I mean, I would have not shown the promos because you're trying to say she slipped, but when you saw the slow motion, you clearly see that when she hit, she put her foot outside the apron, so she more tripped like that, not tripped in the apron.
Yeah.
So
It was bullshit. Why the fuck would they give Mandy a match anyway? Terrible match, says Brooke. It should have been Sonya. A lot of people clamoring for Sonya Deville to get a match.
And what's with and let's not forget before that, the EC3 trying to talk to Mandy Rose, I didn't know what I don't know what they're doing there, except for like I see Sonya going face, honestly, because the way she was apologizing to Mandy wasn't having anything to do, and just thinking back to when EC was talking to Mandy and Sonya was kind of stepping, like telling him to get lost, which was completely dumb. That EC3 was kind of like, he made him look like a child.
Yeah,
because he was just like repeating everything that Sonya was saying, and
it was very odd.
Yeah, it was very odd. Like I guess where they were trying to go, because everyone deals with that. Everyone has done that before, where you're at a club, you're trying to talk to one person, her friend's like, no, you need to go. Yeah. The one that, except for normally that friend that does is not really hot, and Sonya is. Yeah.
No, and really, I wouldn't have been surprised had there been I don't want to say a heel turn, but more of a bashing of the those two going at it, had we not just seen it with Shane and The Miz.
Yeah, exactly.
It was really setting itself up like they were about to start kicking the shit out of each other, or Mandy was going to start kicking the shit out of Sonya Deville. But having just seen it with The Miz, I give him credit for not doing that again, literally in the very next match.
But you also got to think with this one, it doesn't make sense. Not just because Shane just did it, but there's been nothing but good friends. Even when Mandy was doing shit that Sonya didn't agree with, she was still
in her corner. That's true.
Mandy was like Sonya was like Mandy's ride or die bitch. Yeah. Like she would do anything for her because that's how good of friends they were. Yeah. So this is she'll get over it, and then you'll probably start seeing more of these like miscues. Like probably the next big one, they'll have a tag title match, and Sonya will have a miscue and cost them that, and that's when we see the full heel turn.
I can totally see that happening as well. Ember Moon's name coming up, and that's somebody we haven't seen in a while. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Ember Moon. Sonya is the Jannetty, Mandy is the Shawn Michaels.
I don't think I agree with that.
Seems like it's kind of the other way around.
Yeah, well, no, because Shawn Michaels, like Jannetty is just as good as, back in those days, Jannetty was just as good as Shawn, but Shawn had more of the charisma.
I see what you're saying.
I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
If you go off work rate, then it would definitely probably be the other way. Sonya's more advanced than Mandy, but I see what they were going with.
Do you see Triple H retiring from the ring this year? You never know. Triple H.
Well, I don't think he ever will fully retire,
because he'll always be around. So if there's somebody that needs a match, then exactly. Just come back.
Or like this year, it's Mania's coming up, and we need something to bring people in the doors. Triple H versus anybody from his past is going to be a money match.
Yeah, it's going to be
Batista. You can do. I've seen that. So I would like to see Batista and Michaels at Mania. Not Batista and Michaels. Triple H and Michaels one more time, just like a friendly thing. Or I would love to see Triple H and The Rock.
Ravensblood says, isn't Ember Moon out with an arm injury? She's got to be out with some kind of injury, because holy shit. That's what you hit it right on the head as far as what Liv Mantis was talking about. Then we had Vince backstage saying that the WWE Championship match was going to be a triple threat, and people went ape shit. And I thought, oh shit, they are going to put Kofi in this match. Mm-hmm. Good deal for Cleveland. They got more than they bargained for. Well, it turns out Kofi did head out for the match, and it was a handicap match against the Bar. Not much point talking about this match, because really the sole purpose was to fuck Kofi over yet again.
Yeah.
And build him up as even more of an underdog, which they're doing very well.
Yeah.
And getting people to hate Vince McMahon, which they're also doing very well. So it succeeded in what it was supposed to do. We started getting "this is boring" chants and shit like that, but
I didn't see that match,
and I didn't quite understand Rusev and Nakamura coming out at the end, to help beat down the New. I mean, I know they had the match against. That's who they had.
Yeah, New Day. There you go.
But still, it was just kind of awkward. He won't be fighting at 70, Silky. Well,
you never know.
You never know. That's true.
Mil Mascaras still wrestles.
There you go. So then we had the Sasha Bailey promo backstage. I still don't really care for either of those two on the microphone.
It's all right. I mean,
it's okay.
It does what it's supposed to do.
Look at the camera, ladies. Look at the camera. All you fucking guys out there, look at the camera. When I cut promos with this guy when we were doing the DZW television show, I didn't have to fucking tell Silky Baines to look at the camera. It was boom, look at the camera. That's what it was all about. Even when you had an interviewer standing next to her, you address her for a little bit, and then you look at the... Anyway, it's a pet peeve of mine. Ricochet and Aleister Black versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus the Top Guys. And the Top Guys finally
win a match.
After the bullshit that we've had to go through the last couple of weeks, finally get their first title defense in a great tag team match. So that was a very good match.
I thought it was very well done. I mean, you knew that there was no way. Well, actually, the way they've been booking the Revival, I was not going to be surprised if they lost that match.
What the fuck is the deal? And I'm just going to be a little pissed off. Why am I kicking Silky's music on? Goddammit. I meant to hit my goddamn abortion and a disgrace, but I moved it on the goddamn... Why the fuck do the Revival not get an entrance? You get the long-ass Aleister Black entrance. You get the long-ass Ricochet entrance. You get the long-ass Bobby Roode and fucking Chad Gable entrance. And then the tag team champs come out, and it's like, oh, sweet. Here come the tag team champs. Let's go to fucking Funaki and all the other motherfuckers from Malaysia and shit.
So they got an entrance, technically.
Team. Fucking bullshit. Who cares about all that shit?
They got an interest technically.
Our announcers from Bora Bora, blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. WWE. Fucking German hamburger, David Hasselhoff, fucking schnauzer. What the fuck? Who gives a shit? It's the fucking champs. The champs should get their fucking entrance.
They should be happy.
It's a goddamn abortion and a disgrace.
There it is, damn it.
They should be happy. Because normally they're already in the fucking ring.
Because they suck, says Peck. Get the fuck out of it. Blackachet, says Judy. That's actually pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a name.
Yeah, Top Guys.
Actually, I was thinking Blackachet as one, but then I was like, I think I could think of something better, but I haven't yet.
Well, Malaysia, I don't know Babaruski, where the fuck they were from. The only one that I ever notice is Funaki, because every time he comes on, my son goes, Funaki!
Yes. Funaki, number one.
It's just what everybody does, I guess. But anyway, I thought the tag team match was great. Congrats to the Top Guys. They get the big win. That was very nice. Holy shit, that suplex. You had the Chad Gable doing that bridge, belly to back suplex, into Dash Wilder doing the splash, into Ricochet doing the fucking shooting star. Yeah. And then Ricochet, this is one of probably at least 3 spots, maybe more, over the course of the night where somebody could have fucking died. When Ricochet did that fucking Hurricane Rana off the outside the ring and didn't clear the fucking ring apron and thankfully didn't break his fucking neck, holy shit. And that move where he runs from corner to corner and jumps over the ring post and flips out, fucking hell, that guy is athletic. Yeah. I mean, it's a fucking crazy spot fest, but holy shit. Ricochet is something else, man. Chaos Theory by Chad Gable is crazy. Black and Ricochet should be inked. All right, not bad. Here's another thing I didn't understand. Help me out, you guys in the chat. When Roode and Gable and Black and Ricochet, after they lose, they jump the fucking champs. That's a fucking heel move. Jumping the fucking champs after you lose and throwing a fucking fit and kicking everybody's ass after you lose is a heel move. We saw it a couple minutes later when Nia Jax and Tamina did the same shit, and the announcers were like, hey, I wrote it down exactly what they said. They said, this is completely unnecessary. This is a disgrace, blah, blah, blah. What? It wasn't a fucking disgrace when Aleister Black and Ricochet did it? They did it, and everybody's like, hey, NXT, all right. What? Don't do that. Why do they do that, Silky?
What do you mean jump the... Who? Wait, let me recap.
The Revival won.
Yes.
And then Bobby Roode goes apeshit and starts beating up the Revival. And then Aleister Black and Ricochet come in and start kicking everybody's ass. And it's like, what the fuck? Yeah,
but they weren't technically in the wrong because Ruble started it.
Aren't they faces too?
I mean, that I don't know.
That's what
Inquiring minds wants to know. But yeah, but you can't blame them because, again, this is fighting. I've always said they're not coming over there to give you a fucking hug.
Well, Roode and Gable, either way, to me it was really odd to have those fucking guys jump in there like that. It seems
like they're gonna go for either redoing it, which I don't want to see, but I think honestly it's gonna be Black and Ricochet against
the Revival again.
at Mania.
Could be.
Which would be pretty cool that they, because actually I never thought about putting them together as a team just because they're so different. But then again, it's like the Ebony and Ivory. I think that's what makes them work is their style. Now, only thing they need to work on, like the promo they cut, was great, except for Ricochet smiling.
Yeah, Ricochet's happy to be there.
I get that. He's happy to be there. But once Aleister Black started talking, great, phenomenal promo.
Totally agree.
But Ricochet's just smiling. He's like,
that's what I'm saying. He's got to lose that shit.
Black. You see, and then you see Ricochet cheesing and shit.
Yeah. It's like Ronda. When Ronda was doing that shit, we didn't like that either. Just to go through these last few matches here, the U.S. Championship match I thought was great. I thought everybody showed out great. Rey Mysterio is a fucking legend. The fact that guy's still doing what he's doing. Andrade is just a hard-hitting motherfucker. I think that guy's going to be awesome. Love the fact that Joe got the win. Boston Hug against Nia and Tamina. That was a little bit sloppy at times. But, it is what it is. It got the point across. Boston Hug wins, so that's a good one there. And again, the triple threat match, I thought it sucked that they put Mustafa Ali in that spot.
Yeah.
And had him come out there to get booed because he wasn't Kofi Kingston. But those guys won the crowd back over and put on an outstanding match. This was spot number 2 where somebody almost fucking died.
Well, could have.
When Kevin Owens jumped over the top rope and did that fucking flip over the top rope. And there's replays of it out there on Twitter. That motherfucker came literally about this close to slamming face first or head first into the announce table, and it would have been fucking ugly.
And painful.
And he somehow didn't do it, so more props to him. Oh, the other one was fucking spot monkey Shane McMahon wanting to go coast to coast with the drop kick, and one of the Usos is up wanting to do the splash, and they both jump at the same time, and Shane McMahon does the drop kick in midair, which would have been a fucking cool spot if Shane didn't kick the Uso in the crotch.
Well, I think at that point you're being a little too.
It just looked like it looked so unnecessarily dangerously bad. Like I'm stunned.
It looked bad. Well, I mean,
that
I get
Jey Uso or whoever it was didn't get fucking killed.
Well, I mean, he definitely got kicked in the balls. So I mean, that was. But
it's just the way he landed in his leg, kind of shot. It just don't.
It was one of those things. I mean, I like the idea. He goes, Miz is down, the other Usos in the corner. Shane is going for gets on the top for the coast to coast, so he gets on top, and then it's almost like a game of chicken. And
I like that, but again, look, Shane's got nothing to lose at this point.
There was no good way that ends up for the Uso. I mean,
that's
granted, you don't want it to,
man.
You don't hope to get kicked in the nuts, but just thinking of the trajectory, at best, you're going to get kicked full while you're in midair, full on in the ribs, which that's no good either.
I just hate seeing guys doing shit like that when, again, to me, Shane McMahon's got nothing to lose. The Usos have still got a good chunk of their career ahead of them. God damn, man. Don't fucking kill yourself in a spot with fucking Shane McMahon.
I mean, that spot would have been, that could have happened no matter who did that spot.
No, I agree. But
if you switch it so basically it seems like your whole point of contention is that it was Shane McMahon.
I hate the spot number 1.
I love the spot.
I mean, it looked.
I love the spot.
It was cool in that it's cool to see like a really crazy fucking car crash, and then you start thinking about, okay, well, yeah, somebody like got seriously fucking hurt in that. That's not that cool, but it was still cool seeing the car crash. It's the same kind of shit.
No, I think honestly, your whole point of contention that is Shane. I feel like if it was Miz and Shane was down, and Miz jumped to intercept Jay while he's doing the splash, even if he still kicked him in the dick, you wouldn't be saying shit about it. You would just be like, no, you'd be like, oh, that looked like it hurts. But you're basically deadpanning saying that this is Shane's fault because it's Shane McMahon.
I'm saying this, and I totally stand by this 100%. I'm not full of shit. I'm telling you exactly what it is. You don't fucking kill yourself for Shane Spot Monkey McMahon is what I'm saying. Fuck that guy.
You are in the WWE on a high level, and this is the last show before Mania.
And you're going to risk killing yourself and getting knocked out of Mania because Spot Monkey Shane wants to fucking do another fucking backyard wrestling spot.
First of all, do you talk like you know shit, but you don't.
I know plenty of shit. What are you
No, you
talking about?
don't.
What the fuck are you talking
You're
about?
talking like
Where
how
is
do
it?
you?
What the fuck are you talking
There it
about?
is. I guess right.
How do you even know that was Shane McMahon's idea? How do you know that wasn't one of the Usos' idea to do that spot?
Totally Shane McMahon's idea.
No,
my
because
sources
you
tell
have
me.
no fucking sources.
Sources tell me
I'm your source for
it was
fucking
Shane
pro
McMahon
wrestling. I'm literally
who
the
wanted to do
only
that spot.
outside of the guys you met through me. I'm literally the only pro
That's
wrestler
exactly
you fucking
why.
know. So I'm literally
Sources.
your source.
Sources.
So you don't know shit. And
The Shield match I thought was very good as well.
that was really good.
It was a pleasant surprise. Again, I think we said that earlier tonight. People were kicking up a fuss because the Shield went on last. I still don't quite understand why
Who the
fans.
fuck were you gonna put? Oh, I guess the WWE title. Never mind. I answered that question as I was asking it. But I mean, when something like this, that's okay. Now, what's gonna kind of tarnish it is when Dean doesn't go, and then we get eventually another Shield match. Then it's like, yeah, if you were gonna do that, you could have put that. But I mean, theoretically, if this was truly the last outing for the Shield,
You're fucking right at main events.
yeah, it main events.
Yeah.
And plus, up until, the change and stuff, you had to know it was going to main event because Daniel Bryan, if it was Kofi still in the match, I think then it would have been more of an issue because everyone wants to see that match.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying no one wanted to see KO and Bryan, but they weren't as invested as they were in seeing Kofi and Bryan. So
Yeah, and I still don't, again, at the end of the day, I don't really give a shit when the matches come on. Like, I don't get worked up, just me personally. I don't get worked up about where a match is on the card unless I feel like you're totally putting somebody in a spot where they can't fucking succeed. Like I mentioned when we went to take over New Orleans last year and you put the women on after the fucking ladder match for the North American title. There's no fucking way. I mean, those poor girls had no fucking chance.
Yep, dog to follow the Beatles.
Yeah, exactly. So
yes,
Jody
I
Mania
did.
says Shane's a glory hound. You tell her she's full of shit too. She doesn't know anything.
Well, she's not also speaking. That's her opinion of Shane.
Well,
She is not out
this
here.
entire show is our opinion.
She's
is what
not
it
out
is.
here spouting shit
We're the
like
opinion-based
she was
business.
in the room with the Usos, Shane and Miz when
My
they went.
sources were in the room, Silky.
You have
And my fucking
again.
sources tell
I'm
me-
literally the only pro wrestler you know outside of the people you met through me. I am your fucking
Charlotte,
source.
that's not true at all. I
Who?
met Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Look at that. See that right back there? Look at it. Look at it. See that shit?
You met.
To
Do
Chris.
you know?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan gave me his card. Call me anytime. We
What's his
talk
number?
often.
What's his number?
I don't know. I got the card here somewhere.
Pull out. You know you had put it in your phone. Pull it. Let me see your phone.
I don't have it on my phone. I have the card.
Where's the card?
I'm gonna take a picture of the card and tweet it out on our fucking account because I have the card.
And then you're gonna
And I
conveniently.
have Booker T's card too. But you know Booker T too.
Yeah, I have his phone number.
Good for you, man. Yeah, that's right. You guys are good like that.
But,
Why people complain that the Shield matches last is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Roman's return after battling leukemia and winning. The Shield has to headline. I don't get it.
On that show, Fastlane, the only thing that was needed that was going to main event was the Shield. My only one of my critiques about the pay-per-view is honestly, I totally forgot about the match.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people said.
I was watching. My wife came out and she was watching the match with me because we were going to watch The Walking Dead after. I was like, this is the last match. And so we're watching. The match is over. I was like, well, that's kind of whack. And I'm about to go get my Walking Dead on. And then I see the package for the Shield match. I was like, fuck, I totally forgot about this match.
And a lot of people said
And
that.
it was strictly due to the fact of all the shenanigans and all the convoluted shit that went on with the Daniel Bryan. I pinpoint that as the reason, and that's not a good thing when you do something and you make people forget. I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one that kind of just forgot about the match.
Yeah. No, I
that
totally
match
agree.
hadn't happened.
Totally agree. The one match we didn't talk about was Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. And I tweeted this out last night. I'm anxious to hear your thoughts in the so Brooks says, Chris, you got a source for me to talk to Finn Balor? Wait, why am I asking you? Silky, hook me up. I tweeted this out last night. I'm not sure how that match did any favors to either Charlotte or Becky Lynch.
Yeah, it was very, very poorly. I mean, they've been fucking this up since the jump, like from Jump Street. Like, it's been bad. I mean, they could have done something. Now it feels like they're shoehorning and making this the main event instead of presenting this in a way that you're like, yes, this should be the main event. Now it's like, it feels like it's just for, like, when they do the, no offense, the women's Money in the Bank match. You did that just to do that, like to say, oh, this is a first. You know, the women's Hell in a Cell match. Like, you did that just to do that. Not saying they didn't deserve to have those matches, but it wasn't like, it just doesn't feel like, it feels like it's given instead of earned.
Yeah, no,
if you would have played it right from the beginning with Becky and instead of having Becky try to fight her way in, have Charlotte find a way into this match, you could have legitimately built up enough interest to where when this match goes on last on WrestleMania, nobody's complaining because the build was so good. Now it's like, what are you in? Like, honestly, at this point, I would rather see Triple H and Batista in the main event because Brock and Seth, it's going to be great, but it's going to be the same as Brock and Finn and Brock and AJ and Brock and Daniel. Yeah. So I'm not excited to see that in the main event. And now the way they like fumbled over this, I'm not really excited to see this as the main event of WrestleMania. So, I mean, like Charlotte, like Becky, they've totally fucked
and just
her shit up. I mean, I get it. You're trying to build her as the next, or a female version of this era's, not even female, just this era's version of Stone Cold. And they started off not too bad, and then they just like
they
went
just
off rail
way too many times.
Yeah, like she's hurt, she's getting her ass whooped. I get it. You want to show the fighting spirit. She's Irish, fighting spirit. But my question, and I think this is something you probably would have asked me, is when have you seen Stone Cold, who's fighting to get a spot that he deserves, be happy to get in on a technicality?
Yeah, it was a bad
that was
match.
The part, and not even, let's not get into how bad the match was. Just that part with the ending. She got punched by Ronda. Ronda just stands there, gets out because Becky's wins. Becky's sitting in the corner and she's just cheesing because, hey, I'm in the match now. Like, first of all, she should have been pissed off because, one, why did she have to go through this? Because she won. You made the Royal Rumble fucking irrelevant. Like, there's no reason for it now. I mean, because Becky won it.
Yep.
And then Becky was the one that had the fight to get in there, not Charlotte. Like, this match should have been, once they reinstated Becky and she signed that agreement, is your match is now with Ronda, but you will have to fight Charlotte. And if you lose to Charlotte, Charlotte will be now added to the match. Then you could have had a match where, she loses from some kind of shit. Like, she fights hard, but at the end, she can't overcome her injuries. Now you build more sympathy for Becky.
Yeah.
And you get Charlotte in the match again with Ronda. And now this feels like a fucking main event match and a match you're just putting in the main event.
Exactly. And you're not getting sympathy for Becky is what you're doing, number one. Number two, just if you just apply, and I'm not talking about people who, because there are a lot of them, the analysts, as Lit Mantis and Dr. Huge call them, that fucking overanalyze shit. Just simple fucking logic. The simplest of logic. Why would Charlotte take any time whatsoever to fuck around with Becky Lynch when she knows all I got to do is fuck this bitch's leg up right away, get her to tap out, and I got a one-on-one in WrestleMania? The idea that she's just going to fuck around and dance around.
Well, I mean, I get that. This is fucking wrestling.
It is
right?
true. You're going to tell.
And you've presented her as that cocky heel. Like, so yes, I get that. And literally, you could have done this match in 5 minutes, which is probably about the time, and made it so much better because you could have had her start off with that and have Becky go off on a quick tear, boom, boom, like she's going to win, even get the disarmer, but then stop and sell her knee. Charlotte goes for the knee, goes for that move. Ronda comes in, bing, bing, bow, it's over. Yeah. And I probably would have, what I would have done is instead of, I'd have Ronda come and basically hit Charlotte and then into Becky doing a move and then pinning 1, 2, 3. Like, get Becky the win. Yeah, just if you're going to do it this way, get Becky the win, and that way she can always rest on the fact that she won. She didn't get in this match on a technicality.
Yeah.
She got in because on that night she either pinned or made Charlotte tap.
And the other thing about it was same thing with Ronda. Why the fuck would Ronda want to face another person? And again, I get it. We're trying to sell these people as badasses, and I want to settle this in the ring. I don't want any bullshit and so on and so forth. But again, at the end of the day, you would think, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I'm saying you want to keep that title. You want to still be champ because you're holding the title. You're the fucking champ. But then again,
I mean, you can't have it both ways.
You gotta want to. This person's been talking lots of shit. I want to get him in the ring and I want to fuck him up. So, I mean, I get that as well. There's so much, it's gotten so fucking convoluted, man. And there's just so much unnecessary shit that's been in there.
But here's my problem is you can't have it both ways. Either she wants the best competition or she's this heel that, they're trying to play both sides of the fence is what I'm saying with Ronda.
That's the thing. And No Effect says it right here. Ted says it. Why would Ronda want to be in a triple threat? She can lose the title without tapping or pin. Ronda's whole shtick is stupid.
Well, I like the heel Ronda. Like, this is what she should have been when she came in.
It's a lot better.
It's definitely a lot better. I don't buy for 1 second the whole, like, video she did where she's like, WWE told me what to do. Because you sound stupid. You know what I mean? You sound fucking like you don't know.
We say fuck a lot. She said fuck so often it was just getting kind of ridiculous. And for me to say that somebody says fuck too much is really saying something.
Really fucking saying something.
Yeah.
But, like, it's totally a work because of the fact that, one, Ronda still gets a paycheck. So I don't give a fuck what she says. She's doing what they say, and they told her to say this shit. And she's just trying to make it real or make it seem like, ooh, could it be real? Could she be? Because if it was real, you think Ronda would be back? They would fire her in a second.
Exactly. It's time to stop fucking selling an injury. We'll let this be our last thing before we move on to tonight's Raw. Get the Tables, our good buddies. You can catch them on Tuesdays and Saturdays.
We have not gone through Raw.
Tuesdays and Saturdays, you can catch Get the Tables. Follow them on Twitch as well. Get the Tables tweeted out a video of Becky Lynch from tonight's house show, SmackDown Live house show. Last night, after coming to the ring, barely being able to walk with a crutch, and getting her knee fucked up yet again by Charlotte, tonight at the WWE house show, she walks to the ring with no crutch and no fucking limp. It's just getting silly. Let's move on to Monday Night Raw very quickly. We'll talk about some of the things we didn't touch on. Once again, to recap what we talked about earlier in the show, we will get Batista and Triple H at WrestleMania this year. It will be a no-holds-barred match. We also had it announced that Kurt Angle will wrestle his farewell match at WrestleMania against a to-be-determined opponent. And Brooke's going to be very pissed off about this, but we got to talk about it. We have a new Intercontinental Champion, Finn Balor, no longer your Intercontinental Champion. It is once again the almighty Bobby Lashley getting the win. A springboard onto the top rope from Finn Balor into a spear from Lashley that was pretty fucking badass looking.
I like how they did it.
Yes, and as you would expect, Lio Rush caused the distraction. And yeah, I guess you could say caused the distraction. I mean, really, it was still Finn Balor jumping off the top rope and getting speared. But once again, Bobby Lashley, your Intercontinental Champion. I thought that they took the title off at Lashley too early. I think Lashley...
But now, in turn, you've taken it off of Finn too early.
Exactly. And now you're hot potato in the fucking thing, which is not great. I still love Lashley and Lio Rush together.
Yes.
Not a huge Lashley guy. I think Lashley gets a bad rap for, oh, he's just fucking terrible in the ring. He's boring. I don't agree with that. I think Lashley's just not the most intriguing character. But that's what Lio Rush brings to the table. Yeah. I think they can do some really good things. I know the Marks are pissed about Finn Balor. And, Brooke, I'm not putting you in their category. I know you're a big Finn Balor fan. But, it just... Why take it off Lashley in the first place? We're just going to fucking give it back to him again. Yeah. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Fuck you, Lashley, says Jody Mania. Ted says fuck that as well. Meltzer cleared Becky Lynch to compete. Okay, well, that's okay. So we had that going on as well. And Roman Reigns was supposed to have his return match, his return singles match tonight against Baron Corbin, only to be attacked by Drew McIntyre and knocked around pretty well.
Yeah.
So Seth and Dean had Roman go and get his head checked, make sure he didn't have a concussion and so on. And Dean says, I want Drew McIntyre right now. No DQs, falls count anywhere match. Triple H says, you got it. And so our main event of Monday Night Raw was Dean Ambrose versus Drew McIntyre in a falls count anywhere match.
And this match was great.
Pretty fucking crazy. I mean, they were all over the arena.
And that's what you want when falls count anywhere, because if you don't, it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you had
concession
McIntyre
stand.
Stabbing Dean Ambrose in the head with a pencil, which, as you mentioned earlier, didn't cause him to bleed. He throws Dean Ambrose like a fucking dart into the Raw backdrop, which was great.
And then the finish when he put Dean's head between that stair rail and then hit him with the Claymore looked fucking brutal.
Oh, it was great. It was absolutely great. So
that's why I said this is the one loss that Dean's had since he's supposedly leaving, where it doesn't look like he phoned in the performance. And fucking, I'm not mad at this loss. Like, it builds, because it has a purpose. It's building to McIntyre and
Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, which is what it looks like.
Which, too bad. I feel bad for Dean, because you have noticed that he's like the least accomplished one of all of them. I mean, technically they've all had the same accomplishments. Just Seth was WWE champ, Roman's WWE champ, Dean's WWE champ. Seth's probably going to end up Universal champ. Roman was Universal champ. But you notice, all Dean couldn't beat. Dean got chumped out by Lesnar. It was a terrible match. It, in no way, shape, pose showed Dean as a competitive equal to Lesnar.
And Seth's WrestleMania moment was probably the greatest fucking Money in the Bank cash in there ever was or ever will be.
Ever will be.
Running down there in the main event of WrestleMania and doing that. So his moment was spectacular. And Roman's been the golden child for a long time.
4 years in a row. He's actually had, I think he's had more. There was something they said that he had more than Hogan. And at this many years in, I mean, just the fact that he headlined 4 straight WrestleManias.
It's insane. Dean lost it to AJ, who took it off after that. Yeah, exactly. And Dean and AJ stuff was not too bad.
No, Dean and AJ stuff was not too bad at all.
And the Money in the Bank where Dean
Reigns
won.
beat AJ. Reigns frequently beat AJ.
So maybe Dean could go to SmackDown to break away from the other two and shine in his own light. Brooks also got Finn Balor possibly going to SmackDown. Yeah, that's where he won the title, wasn't it?
He was on SmackDown when technically he was the WWE champ, and then he got drafted to SmackDown. Yeah. But he was on.
Because he was the number 1 pick in that draft, was he not? I believe so. There's your Monday Night Raw. There's some other stuff going on there. Again, Kurt Angle with his farewell match got a victory over Apollo Crews. I think we talked about that a little bit. Ronda Rousey came out and cut another promo.
Which was really good promo.
Dana Brooke comes out and says
she's fighting just to get, and I liked her promo.
I felt bad for Dana Brooke.
That's the point.
She sounded defeated, and that's what I'm saying. If that was meant, obviously it was meant to gain sympathy for Dana Brooke and the fact that she hasn't been on TV. She's been trying her hardest to get out there, and she just looked like she'd been through the fucking ringer. And either Dana Brooke's promos have gotten a shitload better, or she was just out there speaking from the heart, because, man, you really felt for her.
Yeah.
And then Ronda just kicked the shit out of her. Didn't even give her a match.
Rick James kicked
the
boom,
shit out of her.
I think I'm bleeding inside my chest.
Yeah, Mike Check says it. Dana sounded honest.
Yeah.
Ronda promo was very good considering. She's gotten a lot better in that regard. At least tonight was a lot better. And, we saw Nia Jax again. We saw your typical stuff. Not a whole lot going on. You saw Ricochet and Aleister Black get another victory over Rude and Gable. So again, Silky talking about how we might see them against the Revival at WrestleMania. We shall see. Has Dana lost a lot of weight? I don't know.
She was fine, perfectly fine the way she was.
I know Silky's not going to be disappointed if she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. All right, folks, that's going to just about do it for us here tonight. We thank you so much for being with us. Those of you that have stuck around, we really appreciate you doing so.
I love seeing all the Twitch logos on here.
Yeah, once again, if you haven't done so, hit us up on Twitch. Speez Benchmark is the channel. We'll put the link to it over on our Twitter, at Speez Benchmark on Twitter as well. So it looks like we're going to be heading over to Twitch full-time in the not-too-distant future, so make sure to follow us over there. And one last time, this week, no longer from this week onward will we be on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Central. It will now be Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Central. So we will look forward to seeing you the day after tomorrow, immediately following NXT. Talk a little SmackDown. We'll talk a little NXT, and maybe get some New Japan Cup talk in there because we haven't talked about that too much. I want my Silky and Speez Funko Pops, says Ted. We'll have to work on that. Get some custom pops made. Thank you guys for the compliments on the good show. Silky, anything else to get out there before we say goodnight to everybody?
Nope, that's it.
This Saturday, DZW.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm not.
Your boy Speez will be there as well, working the running the audio, running the sound.
Yep, this Sunday, DZW, Katie's Elks Lodge. Come see it. Great matches. Luther Black and Dubron for the title.
That's right. At DZ Wrestling on Twitter or DZW Inc. on Facebook for the information. Until then, for the Benchmark, Silky Baines, Chris Speezak, thank you so much for being with us. We will see you Wednesday night.
And thank you for the prayers from my grandmother.
Thank you very much for that. See you Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central, right here on the Speez and the Benchmark Show. Good night, everybody.